a man so big and strong in mind. Be a man so humble now, a man of men now, let it shine. This is what you are, this is how it was planned now. This is what to be, and a kind of man now. This is what to say, with a kind of meaning.
To our beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, Bolwani, my dear people, this is your queen, Queen Ngningone, second of the name, 17th generation crown queen of the Fang people and of the Diasporan Africans, also known as the Immortals. My dear children, thank you for coming back to watch another video with your queen. Thank you. Welcome back to Nubia, the path to return. Those of you watching me for the first time, hello, my name is Queen Ngningone II. I'm your host, and welcome to Nubia, the path to return. If you like my vibe, stick around. I promise you, you will learn something. Now to my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa who have liked my videos, who have shared my videos, who have commented on my videos. I read so many loving messages from some of our sons and daughters out there. So thank you for your gifts and everything, your donation. May you be increased and never lack. Okay, my dear children. So today, what are we talking about? Today, my dear, beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, today I'm introducing you to NUBIATHEPATH.com. All right. So today is the official opening of the store, NUBIATHEStore.com. So now some of you are probably tempted to ask, my queen, what is Nubia the Store about? Nubia the Store is basically the backup of my teaching, okay? As I'm teaching you the ways of our ancestors, I'm teaching you our culture, I'm teaching you about our spirituality. So all that theory must be put into practice, all right? Because us African, we believe in cleansing the inside first before we could even worry about the outside. If the inside is rotten, our people tell us not even to worry about the outside. Let's focus on cleaning the inside. And we often realize that after we have done the inner cleaning, the outside fixes itself. Okay, my dear children. So as you take the knowledge, as you embrace, you know, your true identity, as you learn about your true spirituality, as you claim your blessings, as you claim your weapons in the spirit realm and everything, the outside has to show that you have graduated to the point of being a proud African, an unapologetic African, the kind of African that gives the haters a headache because they're just too cool in that royal African swag that they stay on move. Do you know why? Because our fashion has a purpose, just like anything our ancestors did. Everything has a purpose, and mostly it's healing or empowering. So to my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, let me share more about Nubia the Store. Some of you may have wondered, like, why are Africans so colorful? Why do we wear a lot of colors and stuff like that? Because we African understand energy, and we are energies, you know, energy beings. And we understand that energy needs healing as well. Energy needs balancing and everything. So we use this color to balance our energy centers that most people also know as chakras. Okay, like for example, as you see me now, you could say, oh my queen, you look good and stuff like that, but your queen is doing more than just looking good in her blue, Egyptian blue. Your queen is doing more than that. Your queen is charging her throat chakra and her root chakra, because the red is the color for the root chakra, anything which is foundation. I won't make this video about the chakra. Please, do your homework before they come around and call it chakra. We, the Bantus, we had that understanding that we are energy and we live in a world, we're surrounded by energy. So we had to learn to balance it, to heal it, and to do what is necessary so that the inside of us is healthy, is balanced, no matter what we go through. Okay? So as you could see, we have that fashion with a purpose. So when we adorn ourselves with our colors and everything, we're charging our energy centers. All right? So you will see the root chakra is red. Anything that has to do with your foundation and everything, or when you feel like you need to be on the offensive spiritually, because even the color have a spiritual meaning. Of course, the blue, what it represents for the throat chakra, the energy center of the throat. But to us in our spirituality, it has also its own meaning. So you have to get to know the rich culture you came from. All right? So how you start doing it by training yourself. And you will see in my collection of fabrics, we have all the colors, from purple, we have the white. And you also have to notice the design. Sometimes the design is intentional. When we wear a particular design on the fabric, not only the color matters, but also the design. You will see, for example, some fabric and stuff, they be all pinkish and stuff, but if you pay close attention to the design, you will see that it's a female part. It's a female private part. So the women would wear it to connect with their feminine energy, to embody that energy, because we believe whatever you ingest or inhale or put on your skin and everything, it brings its frequency, its vibration, its energy. We understood that before any of them came around. So when you see us being so colorful, that's what we're doing. We're not only looking cute, we're not only looking regal, we're not only looking all this good stuff, but we are also balancing our energy centers, also known as the chakras. Okay? So now more about NUBIATHEPATH.com. So I am introducing to you the wrapper, okay? Because in our culture, the wrapper has a significance. It got multiple meaning, but it's very deep rooted in our culture, having a wrapper. First of all, we use the wrappers. Our mothers, they teach us from a young age. We always have a wrapper. Your parents will always get you a wrapper. Sometimes it's your favorite and stuff, and with time, you get others made. But the first wrapper is usually a gift from your parents, your mom. So gradually they already train you to wrap yourself. So the wrappers, what I'm wearing currently, it's a wrapper. It's a set. You will find them on the website. There's different kind of fabrics. This blue that you see on your queen is from the new collection. But like, for example, now I'm wearing a wrapper, a set, so as above, so below. So if I wrap my body and fill it up with the blue vibration, with the vibration of healing, the vibration of strength, the vibration of being able to speak up regardless of how many people want to silence you. And someone may just look and say, oh, the queen is looking cute. Yeah, the queen is doing more than that. The queen has wrapped herself. The queen is in her backyard walking around barefoot, so I'm grounding myself. rapper on help us stay in tune with our feminine energy, okay? Because when you have just a piece of fabric tied around you and you have to be around the house doing the chores and stuff, you have to move with a certain grace, a certain délicatesse, like the French people say. So you have to kind of measure the weight, and you will see that gradually you forget that the wrapper is there. There's just a little tiny thing holding it together, but what really keeps it together, number one, is your curves, and number two is how graceful you are as a woman. So that alone, it's a training. Our mothers, by introducing us to the wrapper, they're introducing us to not only, you know, learn to move gracefully as a woman, because when you're just wearing a wrap, a little tiny fabric, like you can't go climb tree, you can't go like you know, run after the ball, play soccer with your brothers. You can't do all that. You have to stay around the house, just do little girls' chores. You know, when I used to go to the village with my grandparents, you know, one of the chores was to go fetch the water at the river wearing the wrapper. So, and then it becomes like a double challenge. You have to keep it on, you have to keep the bucket of water on. And I used to find it challenging, but it's like I gotta do it. I used to see the other girls in the village do it. The girls in the village, they became so professional at it. They will have both hands down, the bucket full of water in their head, and they would just walk, and they will walk incredibly gracefully. I mean, if you notice in the European fashion, how they recruit these African girls, these models, it'd be like from the village to a world stage modeling, because our culture trains us to be women from the time we hit the ground. You know, our mothers say, if you don't wear the wrapper, you're gonna wear the pants, and as a woman, you're gonna have trouble. So it is important that we teach our children to take pride on not only who they are, the gender they're born in, and embrace it and make the best out of it. Okay? So for the girls, we wear it to, you know, to learn how to move gracefully. And you will see, those of you who can observe African girls, the way they move, very graceful in their movement. It comes from that training. When we little, when we younger, we complain, we go to the village, they send us, you know, fetch water at the river and all. But really, it's a training through hardship. They're modeling us, they're shaping us and stuff. So when we show up, it's game over for anybody else. So this is the culture you came from. And it's time our daughters, especially the ones in America, learn to go back, okay, to reconnect with the woman in you. All right? Even the guys, they wrap themselves to the guys. They have to get in touch with their feminine side. I know it sounds like crazy in a man's driven world where testosterone's told men that they are supposed to walk around acting like beasts. No. You have is that duality, male and female, but it has to be balanced. But you should be more influenced by the side of the gender you're born under. So even the men in our culture, the Bantu people culture, we are taught that the female child and the male child are created equal. And it's reflected in our culture. Whenever we dance, our guys also dance. When we wrap ourselves, our mothers also wrap our brothers. They say as men, they have to be strong, they have to be reliable, they have to be that king, but also they have to be gentle. Okay? You can't just be just a beast. And you are called to live around women. And you are called to hold your babies one day. And you're just such a brute. So that's why you will see our guys, they don't look like threatening in appearance or anything, but don't let their outside look fool you. They're extremely powerful men, extremely strong, extremely resilient. Okay? And if they are that, you are that too. You are it. if let me English. Okay, if they are that, it means that you are it. It means that you come from us. All right. So this here is to help you recover. Those of you who care, to recover that prestigious identity you came from. For the men, is like to get in touch with nature, you know, to ground themselves after a long day of work. Our parents say, take off your expensive clothes and expensive jewelry, whatever you spending money on today, and wrap yourself, go outside under the sun. They always tell us that, especially when we get home from abroad. It's like almost a regimen they make you go through. At least for the first week, they're going to send you under the sun and wrap yourself. They say you have to ground yourself because they see in us the stress from the Western world. The stress is like it's written on our faces when we get home. When we do our morning declaration, those of you who already follow me on Patreon, you will see in the morning when we get outside, our grandfathers and grandmothers, they will wrap themselves and get outside barefoot. We connect with that earth we came from, that earth our ancestors went back to, that earth which is our mother to all of us. You have to be balanced, because in the world they force on us, it's a high level of stress. If you don't learn how to manage your time and balance yourself, you're gonna be so out of whack. Okay, so we learn to wrap. So you will find sets like that. There are some which are plain and some which have a trim. So this is when it comes to the wrappers. Okay, so not only is to ground yourself, not only is to, depending on the fabric you choose, to recharge your energy centers, but it's also for us, whether man or women, it's a lesson of humility. Okay, we have to be humble with everything Tata Nzambe has given us. Tata Nzambe told our forefathers to be humble, but what did our forefathers do? They were throwing gold. They were making it rain in gold. And what happened? The starved European heard the news that these African kings, they have it like that. Let's go pay them a visit. And I still see the same vantardise, the same on your face type of attitude in many of their sons. Our children are like that. It's on your face. If they dare buy a car, they want to put it on people's faces. If they dare build a house, our people said to live well, live hidden. So this, wearing this every day, it's a lesson of humility, because our people tell us, you born naked, and naked you shall return. I know that now we got colonized, now we are burying our deceased one the way the conqueror buried their own, but that has never been how we bury our people. For our parents say that they want to see you like that wrapped up, because they can tell, in the case of girls, they can tell where your body has been by just looking at the state of your skin. They can tell if you're being touched by some guy or whatever. They can tell. And if you, when you wear the wrapper and stuff, and you knocked up, the spot gonna show, it's gonna beat faster. So this is how our mothers detect us. They'll be like, you're already messing with boys. Come here. It has a, you know, a lot of reason. We use it. Last one is, it's our Victoria's Secret. Yes, we use it a lot in our love language. You know that when you desire an African woman, you buy her like a 6 yard of the most beautiful fabric to you, a fabric you want to see her in, but you buy it like that in yard so that she can take it to her tailor and have a tailor-made outfit to whatever design she wants. Okay, so when you buy her fabric like that, it's not only you're asking for friendship, but you're asking for more than just a friendship. You want to wrap her. You want to dress her. You want to take care of her. You want to claim her in the future. Yes. So, you know, that's why when we're young, when we're still a maiden, we dress in the little sexy thing, you know, we don't. But once someone has come and claim you, the first thing they bring to your house is some fabric. So it let us know that, oh, they want to wrap us up. And the culture say, you cannot unwrap from a woman a fabric you didn't buy for her. They say it's bad luck. So when he gives you the piece of fabric and stuff, he lets you know he want to wrap it one day as well. So this is our little kind of communication. Sometimes you would see the mothers, when they're in the mood, right? They will wear the nice wrapper. They're going to just be, the daddy just walks in back from work. He would just look at her and just smile. It's like a code. Yes, she's in the mood. Because it's just a wrapper. Access is easier.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zabu, zabu, enyimba, master.
Toya dike, nenu dike. Toya dike, nenu dike. Iye jamara dike ruenu, ekwe chenjigo. Iye jamara dike ruenu, ekwa dagarigo. Onwarunga basi, oneme kasi. Onwarunga basi, oname kasi. Ebuka dike, ibe dike. Wani manaria, achaluko dike. Clear the road for Musabi. Step aside for the game change.
So we have this little playful thing we do with it on top of being a fashion statement. So that was it for the body wrappers. Now let's move on to the head wraps. All right. So the head wraps are a fashion statement for us, the Bantu queens and the king. Because as you know, a crown is something spiritual. And when you're born in a family where they have a crown, you know, an established crown and stuff, the initiate, they are able to see it. It's here above between the brow of your eyes. We can see, because, you know, when they crown kings and stuff, the oil stay imprinted and is passed down on all your generations to come. So they're going to have that marker on their forehead. The initiate would be able to see that they're a son of a king or they're a king themselves. So the covenant is spiritual. So we are required, us and the priesthood, we are required to always, you know, cover our heads so that we don't capture other people's intentions. We don't capture other people's, you know, energies and stuff. And especially us living in a narcissistic world, you will see people project a lot their insecurities onto others. You will see people who are so messed up that no matter how much you pour into them, it's never enough. You can donate them a kidney this morning, in the evening, they're going to treat you like you never done anything for them. You have to protect the crown of your head so that your crown doesn't get tainted. Our ancestors were chosen because of the level of purity of their heart. So when your bloodline is covenanted, you are equipped with that too, but not always. So you have to stay connected to Nzambe, to our holy Nkulus, also known as ancestors. We wrap our head, and it's also a crown. Even when you're not from a royal family or whatever, just a Bantu woman, once she's somebody's wife, she is required to cover her head. Married women are not, nobody shouldn't even know what your hair looks like, you know, but your husband. So that's another reason why we cover our heads. And in this time of awakening, a lot is awakening in us. We need to really keep it covered. So we have to go back to who we are. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Okay? So learn to cover your head. Stop putting dead people's hair on your head. You know, limit the chemicals. All these things. We're going back to our pure state. All right? So this is for the part of the head wraps. The reason why we wrap ourselves, the head, and the body. So yes, go to the website NUBIATHEStore.com. Find the set you like. We have to go back to the essence of us. The essence of us is these powerful royals of Africa who are humble, but and yet strong, and yet resilient, and yet loving, and yet loyal to their kind, to their land, and to their people. Okay? So start training yourself. You will see when at home you're already, you know, comfortable with it. For those of you who are married, I suggest, you know, get the set for you and your significant other. Start that, and then later on you introduce to the kids. You will see it make a big difference. Make it a habit to ground yourself. To ground yourself. The African in you, he must wake up. I don't believe that you guys are that asleep. Our blood doesn't go to waste like that. I don't believe it. So stop playing amnesic and let's get to work. We're not African just on YouTube. We're not African just on whatever. We African in truth and in real. In and out. Okay? Learn to wrap yourself. Practice wearing the wrap around the house when you do your chores. You know, go outside, ground yourself. If you don't have access to a balcony, to a backyard, go to the balcony, wrap yourself. Present yourself to your ancestors as you back. Okay? Claim it. And then next, the spiritual self-help. Okay? Spiritual self-help. This all wouldn't be complete without a juju section. All right? Just like I'm introducing you to our fashion, how to look outside, I'm introducing you to what our people use to clean. I can just tell you, yeah, let's clean the outside, but you need a little help. Okay? We ourselves, when we come and stay abroad, if we stay a whole year without going home, 2 years, our parents gonna find the next African who lives in the same city you are living in the US to bring a little box to you. When that box comes, it be everything you need to cleanse, because they understand that in today's world you pack layers and layers of spiritual funk. And especially for our children who were colonized and enslaved, everything they had you do, all these abomination, all these are just layers of just filth. You know, you have to look in our situation as a spiritual warfare as well. So it's customary that we cleanse, we purify. When you engage into illicit sex, as it is popular these days, people sleep with people without being married. People sleep with other people's husbands and wives. People sleep with relatives. People are doing the worst. So it calls for purification. Not just to use it just to purify and go back to what you do now. When you are awakening, you are giving up your old ways and stuff. Purify regularly. So our parents always send us soaps to purify. So for that, I have a soap my parents used to send for me, because what's good is your queen store. A queen is the mother. I'm going to teach you how to dress. I'm going to teach you how to pray, what we do. I'm going to give you my juju, like my mother gave it to me. So this is a purifying bar soap. It's a bunch of herbs known to purify, you know, material that we can find here. that are at home. So our parents, they always send us a box full of soap. Now, soap to purify, okay? You will have instruction inside, even a declaration you need to make. This is like this is a 30-day supply. What I like about soap is not like baths. Baths are messy, expensive, and it takes work. But a soap, this would last you 30 days. All right, purifying. And then we have another one of my favorite one my mom used to hook me up with is the Boomerang. All right, the block and return. So as you know, we live around traitors, people who would dine with you but really dig your grave behind. It's sad, it's unfortunate. Our parents, you know, they teach us, they give us, they equip us with that. You're going to be in a foreign land. Those there may not welcome you, but you go for whatever you go. May you be protected. That's how we roll. Some of you whom I know have observed us and said they have something a little more. That's what a queen is for, to get you up to speed. So this is the Boomerang, block and return. So if you feel under intense attacks, spiritual attacks, people sending you evil eye and stuff like that, this is a powerful soap to use. All right, and it's a spiritual bath, but it's just like, you know, you have it for 30 days. You do your declaration just like you do the declaration when you take a spiritual bath, and it's going to be there. Block and return. Now, if you don't want to return, you can block and transmute. Yes. So you get to work with the energy of your haters. The more they hate you, the more beautiful you get, the taller you grow, you know, the more doors open up, because they're feeding. But you know the laws, because when you're pure and someone sends you bad juju, you catch it. Now you're gonna serve me for this. And it shall be so, my children. So next is the warrior shield. All right, now this one, the other two previous soaps, they were night soaps. Now observe, this is a day soap. Those of you working around these corporate American witches, yeah, you're gonna need one of these. This is the protection, their projection. We live in a world where people, all they do is project their weakness. They be sick as hell, no, but they be accusing you to be mental. You know, we live around crazy people. While you build them up, they're tearing you down, so they could usurp power from you. The warrior shield is a protection, so to keep war of people's energy. They be shooting negative energy at you. This bounce it back to them. People are gonna be getting sick around you, or just expose themselves in a ridiculous way. When you implement this regimen, you can't have no fake person around you. They're gonna itch to fight you. You know, these people who they're around you but they really hate you. When you start this regimen, they're gonna itch to fight you until you take care of it. Now, another thing, my dear children, if you experience a lot of rejection, like employment, even in love, or you just seem to attract the worst scums that are out there, it's a clear indication that your aura is dirty. So you're gonna need one of these babies to clear your aura. That's an aura cleansing soap. Okay, so we have the aura cleanse, which is the shine bright. Just gonna, it smells so good. I love it. That's why some of you could just sit there and just stare at me. You can't dare hate me. There's nothing to hate about me, unless you're really a demon. The demons are the one who come after me. But other than that, when you clear your aura and you do your inner work, your shadow work, you know, go to the places, the dark places in your being. Like I have this tendency you know, to destroy strong and meaningful relationship. I just want to fight with people for no sake. All these demons that eat up so many of us. Clean your aura, because it shows many of our daughters, even when you look at them, yes, they're attractive, but they're dirty, spiritually dirty, and it shows. So that's why the excessive makeup to cover. No, you ladies are beautiful. Cleanse your aura and give up evil, give up backstabbing, all these things, cheating, all that. All right, climb back on your thrones. Okay, so you can cleanse your aura. And now this is your queen's favorite secrets, the secret of all time. Your queen got a secret bath that my grandmother made up just for me. We have the queen's glow secret. All right, this youthful, you know, glow. I take care of myself physically and spiritually. You have to be both healthy physically and spiritually. All right, but you maintain your vibration high when you use the soap. If you're a backstabber female, you know, talk about others behind their back, you don't need, please, I don't need your dollar. It won't work. It works for those queens who want to ascend to their throne. Those queens who know, I feel I'm important. I'm just missing 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is where we, the mothers, come in. Okay? My products are not remedies for those who just conjure evil and do evil all the time and think that this is going to bar you from getting your karma. No. This is for people who want to evolve. They want to cleanse. They want to go back to their pure state. They want to go back to their godly nature. Okay, my products are for you. So we have the Queen's Glow secret. My attractiveness, yes, I know, I'm an eye candy. All right, and it makes me to be this queen. When I show up, it's game over. I don't care you white, yellow, whatever. The queen is here. That presence, that je ne sais quoi, is this, the light. It's good even for children. All right, I love how it smells. Okay, I told you, your queen gonna give you her juju. That's what mothers do. We equip you. Now for my beautiful children who are married, who are honoring that sacred thing called marriage. All right, and then we have the marital list. If the marriage is not all that strong anymore, get one of these. Let your wife become that Queen Hester, to become that Mamandombe Tutatanzambe. I know that there's a lot going on outside. Sometimes you guys fall out of love, you know, but you can always, you know, have that vibration of love, vibration of oneness, because marriage is oneness. I'm gonna come up with more content on Patreon talking about marriage. So it's oneness. So sometimes you don't know who has eyes on your partner. All of a sudden they reject you. All of a sudden they don't want to even be near you. You need this, because marriages, homes are constantly under attack. We African, we mix some herbs and get serious with it. Okay, nobody should take what is yours unless you want to feed your husband to somebody else, and that one is up to you. Our women need to learn their boundaries. We need to go back to respecting one another. All right, okay, so we covered the boomerang, the Jordan River purification. The boomerang is the block and return, or block and transmute. And so we have the warrior shield. We have the shine bright, which is the aura cleanse. So last but not least, we also have the king's potency drink. Okay, so at home our fathers don't use chemicals such as Viagra or stuff. They use herbs that their forefathers been using, and with that they never lose their manhood. As you know, our number one ailment is the blood pressure. And we know that once you have that blood pressure, because our people have been put through tremendous amount of stress. So, and as you know, most blood pressure medication will cause the man to lose his potency. So our fathers take it and they be having children until 75, 80, depending on how young the woman who's willing to marry him and do that is. So I can only bring before you things I know our fathers use and our mothers use. Okay, my children. Right. So go on, take a look at NUBIATHEPATH.com. And also, I wanted to make you aware that we have noticed that the DNA tests, even the ones by African ancestry, are now being compromised. Now, all of a sudden, people are being sent to the Sierra Leone and Liberia area. They're sending people there claiming that, oh, they're all Mendes now. They're all this, and that. But we know that America is planning to invade Africa, and they're going to do it elsewhere else. The colony their slave gave them in Africa called Liberia. That's their doorway. So, of course, they want to fill up that area with many of our people whom they know they're already trained to hate us. So we want to kind of steer away from that. These tests are way too expensive for them to mislead people. Now, it's not a coincidence, because we cannot solely rely on the people who dispersed us and got us lost in the first place. We cannot, solely rely on them. We have to go back to the ways of our ancestors, where we give them so much power over us. They're the one who scattered our people. They're the one who stripped you guys of your names which could lead you back home these days. So through Nubia, the path to return, we're working with royal priesthoods, meaning people vetted to take care of the royal house, the royals and their people. So I, as the queen of the diaspora, I have a job to do. That's why I tell the crazy competitive ones to keep the competition away. I'm doing a job for my forefathers, okay? They stole many of their children and we want them back. That's why I'm here. So I want you guys to know that at home, you have access to priests who would do a DNA test, a traditional DNA test. What does it entail? The priest will call on your ancestors themselves to come and tell them the people they came from. We are able to place our people on the map. They're sending our people left, and right. But when you look at our people, you will know that's my cousin's face. That's my uncle's face. That's my mother's face. What are you talking about? We know our people. So you have access now through Nubia, the path to return. You can go there and select the consulting option. So a priest will call your ancestors so that they reveal to us who they came from. Don't you think it's a more reliable way of knowing who we are than relying on these people who dispersed us? So to my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, stand strong, okay? We are like this one. You have to go through things, but don't let it change your nature, because they would have won. Many people, even by just claiming that you are African, that you came from us, a lot of people would bully you. So in this time of awakening, I'm urging you to take pride in who you are, okay? Learn more about your culture. Embrace it. It's your culture too. We are African first. The identity comes first. Before the land, before the claim to anything, the identity, our culture, our spirituality. We are African in the heart first. Before Zambe gave us anything, he gave us the covenant. Okay, never forget that. So until next time, peace, love, and unity. Take care of yourselves and of each other. Okay? Mwah.